Hello, everyone. Um, I will be talking about today's reflection. And the theme for the first Bible plan is digging to the bottom of your fear. Many of you have fought the giant of anxiety for years, suffering from the paralyzing effects of panic, anxiety, or depression. I would be a fool to try and prescribe a simple band-aid of spiritual-sounding mumbo-jumbo. Well, I can really relate to this one. But as I sit on the other side of this valley, I can tell you that God does not want you to lose hope. Most of the time, anxiety is caused by people. Someone that was doing or saying something that unsettled me, or was outside my desired outcome. I was spending hours trying to manage results, replay conversations, control scenarios, or protect myself and those around me. But Jesus offers a better way. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7 invites you to cast all your anxiety on Jesus because he cares for you. Once you can identify it, you can specifically cast it on Jesus in a meaningful way. You can transfer the weight and concern to his care, knowing he cares about you. Because Jesus cares about you, he wants to make you strong. He wants you to learn that he can be strong in and through you. So when anxiety starts creeping in, don't generalize your condition. Stop and think about what is actually making you anxious. Name it. Say it out loud and cast it on Jesus. So, I guess this is the time where I self-reflect. I think what has brought me anxiety, especially recently, would be my siblings. As I try to really pay attention to a seminar on stocks, I could just hear them incessantly making a lot of noise in the background, and it really annoyed me. And I would consider this anxiety because I kept dwelling on it back then. This was late yesterday, and it just wasn't pleasant, Yeah, other than that, not much else. I'm quite blessed. But I guess this passage is just a reminder to cast all your anxiety on Jesus, because you're not in this alone, and he's there for you always. Actually, now that I think about it, I do get anxiety really often, and it's often from my family members, because it says here most of the time anxiety is caused by people, someone who was doing or saying something that unsettled me or was outside my desired outcome. So a lot of the time, the trials and tribulations that I face in life come from those closest to me, because quite frankly I spend the most time with them anyway. So I'm not saying that they're the most flawed people on earth, but since I spend the most time I live with them, I mean, naturally you would sooner or later see each other inside out. And so I guess I lift up all the anxiety that I get from my parents and my siblings, all the mean things that they say to me and I say to them. And I guess I lift it up and cast it on Jesus, because that is truly the way God wants us to do things, because he cares. So to do so doesn't guarantee that you will wake up to find your problems are gone. Living free from anxiety is all about trust. Do you believe that God is able? Do you believe that He loves you and cares about you? Do you trust Him to work in and through the circumstances you are facing to do what's best for you? So I guess I would like to stop here for a while and reach out to people who don't believe in God. Doesn't have to be Jesus, but just God. If you don't have a God in your life, then you might be feeling quite helpless at this point in time. And believe me, I know how you feel. And so, I guess, since you have nothing to lose, you might as well reach out to this God, which you are inclined to believe in. It doesn't have to be Jesus to me. Just call out on God as a super victim. And I guess it's a test. I probably shouldn't be telling you to do this, but do it and see what happens. Just cast all your anxiety, all your worries, all your fears on God. And truly believe that there is a God and that He's loving and He will care for you and take away all your pain and everything you are just feeling on the inside. Do that in faith and just see what happens. You will be shocked. Just try. You have nothing to lose anyway, right? Even if it doesn't work out, then it really doesn't. But you have to do it in faith. You have to believe. No point just doing it for the sake of doing it. It doesn't work. Trust me. Anyway, your answer is found in the cross, the place where God demonstrates He's able to take any situation and bring through it what is good for us and what brings glory to His name. Dwell on the cross. Dig down beneath your anxiety. Look up your shepherd. Give your worries to Him. That was the first Bible plan. I think it was a pretty good plan. Pretty good plan. The second one is about how difficulties can make you better, not bitter. Life is not fair. You will have problems, difficulties, and hurts that will make you better or bitter. You will either grow up or give up. You'll either become who God wants you to be, or your heart will become hard. You will have to decide how you are going to respond to tough times in your life. How will you handle them? When you go through these difficult times, what happens to you is not nearly as important as what happens within you. That's what you take into eternity. Not the circumstances, but your character. In Acts 27, we learn 3 ways you shouldn't respond. Number 1, don't drift. When facing difficulty, some people start to drift through life. They have no goal, purpose, ambition, or dream for their life. Today, we call this coasting. Just coasting through life, The problem with coasting is that you're headed downhill. Life is not a coast. Life's tough. Don't lose your ambition or your dream because life gets hard. Yeah. I think, this seems quite worldly though. I'm sure, there's a way to tie God into this, but reading it sounds like what I would believe in. Worldly me would believe in, Anyway, carrying on. Don't discard. When you get in the storm and the stress gets unbearable, you tend to start abandoning values and relationships you would not let go of in better times. You say, I'm giving up on my marriage, or I'm giving up on my dream to go to college. God wants you to learn, grow, and develop through trials. Stick with them. Don't despair. Even in a storm, God is in control. He hasn't left you. You may not feel Him, but if you feel far from God, guess who moved? God is with you in a storm, and He will help you through it. He's testing you to see if you trust Him. And so, this plan seems quite secular to me. But then again, the world is a secular place. And ultimately, it is on us to really find out where God comes into the picture, you know? Yeah. I mean, there's nothing much more to say, I guess. Thanks for watching, though. Peace.